so we're back with another list. I think it's our last list for the East Asia, Southeast Asia. So we're just kind of doing like the best of East Asia and Southeast Asia. So we have a few different topics and we're gonna rate them. So we're starting with best food. Which had the best food for you?
Well, my favorite food in the whole Asian side?
Should we do best like cuisine in general or best food? Like our favorite food? Let's do both,
yeah.
So my favorite food, my best dish was pad thai. But also my favorite food was Thai food. My favorite food was Thai food. But like Hong Kong food was really good, and so was the Taiwanese food. For me, best food was, my favorite dish was pad thai, my favorite food was Thai food.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite dish, my best dish, I guess, would be the eel noodles we had in Tainan. That was just amazing. It's number one forever. Yeah, in Taiwan. And my favorite cuisine, the only thing that's keeping me from saying Taiwan is the freaking stinky tofu. I would say Taiwan. If not Taiwan, Hong Kong or Thai. I'd say Hong Kong over Thai.
So our top 3 favorite cuisines were Thai, Taiwanese, and Cantonese or Hong Kong.
Yeah.
All right. So next is our best language.
This language, that's easy.
We both chose Japanese. For me, I think it's because we were there for 3 months. We were there for the longest, and I picked up the most. Like, of all the languages we were trying to speak, it was easiest for me to pick up Japanese, and we were there the longest. So I was using it a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just like fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it is fun.
Konnichiwa.
People make it fun.
Arigatou gozaimasu. It's fun, yeah.
It is fun.
And for you, the best language
for me, it's also
was
Japanese. Yeah, I agree. It's just, well, I also learned before going there, so I was very familiarized with the language. So it was easier for me to like hear it and understand it. So it's even better for me. The Korean was just shit, and Chinese.
He had such a hard time with the Korean.
I hate the Hangul language.
And the thing, because he could read the kataganas, he could read Japanese, and if there are any English words like chocolate or something like that, like Carlos knew what it was, which made that a lot easier.
Yeah.
So next, best fashion. We're both on the same page for this. We think that the
Koreans
have the best fashion in Southeast Asia.
Yeah,
for sure, 100%. Like, those guys are spot on when it comes to beauty, fashion, music, television, dramas. They're the best.
Some guy trying to sell us something right now.
So, best fashion. And then
busy.
Our best hospitality. Our best hospitality was, of course, no, there's no competition.
Yeah, hospitality is Japan. Japan is just so much.
100% Japan. Those people are the most considerate, polite, nicest, helpful people. And there's a difference between being like polite and nice and helpful and friendly. Because we wouldn't call the Japanese people friendly. Like, they're not like, hey, how are you? Like, they don't want to like be your friend. They want to help you.
Yeah, they want to help you.
Next is...
Hello.
I'm sorry, we're busy.
Just ignore him. That sounds about just ignore him, but I mean, like, we said no a lot of times already, and no, thank you. If he wants to eat, give him this. Huh? Okay, he doesn't want an apricot, so I don't know what else to give him.
Yeah, we have anything else.
He says, like, he said to us, I want money to eat. He goes like this to show for food. So I offer him this. And he doesn't want it, so I don't know what else to do. So I don't want his headband he's offering me.
Thank you.
Our most friendly people. This is not going well. Should I pause the video?
Hello.
Alright, so that was a twist in our video. He's gone now. We did not buy his headband. And he still did not take my apricot. Anyway, the next up is most friendly, the most friendly people.
The most friendly people are definitely the Taiwanese.
We both agree that the Taiwanese are the most friendly, for sure.
They're just like really nice.
They're so chill.
Very chill, and they seem like
cool,
very
they're nice.
respectful and responsive. You know, they like listen to you. Like,
Yeah.
what do you need? I'm here for you.
Yeah, they were just the most friendly. Like some people, I've heard a lot, like, you know, like the Thai people are so great, or the, you know, any of the Southeast Asian countries, people say like, oh, they're so nice, they're the best, they're so friendly. We didn't really have that experience because honestly in those countries, you know, like the Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, we kind of just felt like, you know, like a walking dollar sign to them, and yeah, we didn't really get a good like friendly vibe from them, like in Portugal, for example, Amsterdam,
Exactly.
and Taiwan.
And Taiwan.
Okay, next is best looking women.
As looking women. So, I would say Korea, but I think the ladies just like have a lot of plastic surgery and a lot of makeup on, so they're fooling me.
Maybe.
So I would say Korea, and if not Korea, then I would say Thailand.
I would say the music's getting a little loud. My best looking women, and maybe this is like I'm a little biased from the women at home, but are Filipino women. For me, they're the best looking. Like there are some Filipino women that are just so gorgeous. I really honestly think they're like some of the prettiest women around. So yeah, the Philippines wins it for me. And then of course, best looking men.
Men, I was thinking about it. I'd say like the Taiwanese or Singaporean, Chinese.
So like the rich Chinese.
The Chinese that leave China.
And I would say the Korean men, but not just like your like average Korean man on the street, like the ones that are in soap operas and like the models, like because typically
The ones with all
those
the
Korean
plastic
men
surgery?
with the plastic surgery, yeah, they're fooling me too. The Korean women are fooling you, the Korean men are fooling me.
Yeah.
But they just like take care of themselves. They look good. I mean, maybe they're a bit too feminine looking, but
They're kind of feminine.
they look like clean. Yeah, anyway. Okay, best landscapes. The country with the best landscapes. We both agreed on this one, and it goes to
Thailand.
Thailand. When like I first asked Carlos like what was the best landscape, the thing that first came to my mind was Krabi in Thailand.
Yeah.
Like with the big rocks and everything, and just like the beaches there, the islands, and then of course up in Chiang Mai you have the mountain, a bit more jungle. Though we didn't see a lot of that, but definitely Thailand best landscapes for me.
Definitely.
Okay.
No, like the only other one I can think of is like Taiwan, maybe Japan.
Yeah. Best adventure. So when I wrote down best adventure, I meant like best country to do adventures in, or like I guess more like extreme sports or activities. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does. What did we decide on that? We
We both
agreed?
had this agreed. We had the same one. We have the same one for almost all of these. Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Because Taiwan has everything from like hiking to like beaches and so much scuba diving, free diving,
National parks,
snorkeling,
mountains.
national parks. Like, and I'm sure because Taiwan's a developed country, like there's 100% skydiving, 100% bungee jumping, 100% zip lines. Like any kind of extreme activity you want to do, you could for sure do in Taiwan, no problem. Except maybe skiing. Maybe they don't have skiing and snowboarding.
I guess, but I mean,
But
yeah, still a good place for adventures.
best, I don't even know, like I wrote this list so long ago for us to fill out. I don't know what I was thinking. Best animal sightseeing. And this one we differ on. So I chose Indonesia because not that we saw all of these animals, but I know that they're there. So you can do snorkeling in Indonesia. You can see the monkeys in Indonesia. You can see, well, I assume you can see sea turtles. I don't know. You can see the orangutans up in Sumatra. You can see the Komodo dragons. You can see a lot of different wildlife in Indonesia.
Yeah,
Elephants, I think. So Indonesia's my number one.
Yeah, my number one, I guess, would be Philippines based on what we did and what we saw. We saw the whale sharks. We swam with whale sharks. We saw the tarsiers. And I'm sure there must be.
turtles.
Yeah, we saw the sea turtles. And there must be a lot of like apes around. Must be like some orangutans. You must make. I don't know.
Maybe.
But all in all, like from our experience, I like Philippines for that.
Yeah. Okay, I think we have two more. So the cheapest country in East/Southeast Asia is Cambodia. Cambodia was, for us, the cheapest place from what we noticed on... That music is getting really loud.
It's okay.
For what we noticed on food, accommodation, travel, just overall things, we think Cambodia was the cheapest. And it's pretty close to Thailand. Like, you know, Thailand is pretty equal. So it's like Thailand and Cambodia, they're kind of the same.
Yeah.
But we didn't go to Vietnam, but I think Vietnam is the cheapest of all the Southeast Asian and East Asian countries.
Yeah,
So
I think that's true. 25 cents beer.
yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
And then the most expensive place for us
Hong Kong.
was Hong
definitely.
Kong, 100. Because you know
Everything's
Singapore and Hong Kong are both known for being super expensive. We did couch surfing in both places, so we didn't have to pay for accommodation. But overall, what we spent like for transportation and food, because that's all we paid for. Like in both Singapore and Hong Kong, we only paid for transportation and food. We didn't pay to do any activities or anything like that. And Hong Kong was definitely more expensive than Singapore because the food was more expensive. I think on average we were spending like 50 Canadian dollars a day in Hong Kong, like without even trying. Like we were trying to not spend a lot, trying to like get cheap food, cheap dim sum. And
Yeah.
maybe we weren't trying that hard because I mean we wanted
Make
to
it
be
clean.
cheap, but at the same time,
If we wanted to really try super hard, we could have just gone.
yeah, I'm
ramen,
sure we
but-
could have. I'm sure we could have done Hong Kong
Not
cheaper,
doing
but
that.
the Hong Kong food is so good, and we didn't want to miss out on
In
it.
Singapore, you can just go to a hawker center.
And still get really
Get
good
really
food,
good food and really cheap.
and not miss out on Singaporean food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. That was our list. Do you have any other random bests you want to throw in there?
Nope.
I can't think of anything.
Anything?
Best place for couch surfing? Taiwan.
Taiwan, definitely.
Like we did Taiwan, Singapore, Hong Kong, and basically Japan. Like almost all of those countries, they did all couch surfing. It's like the more developed countries have a lot of couch surfing. The more underdeveloped countries don't have a lot of couch surfing.
Except for Korea. For some reason, they didn't accept us.
Yeah. Best hitchhiking? Japan, Taiwan.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. So basically, if you've watched all of our lists of best things, best beer, best food, best places. Oh, we should do best beer.
We haven't done it?
No, we didn't. No, we
Next
did
video.
like on this list we just did. We did best food. We did best beer.
Okay.
But we know what our best beer is. It's the Galactic Deer beer from Japan. But overall, what country has the best beer? Japan.
Japan has the best beer.
All right, there you go. Best beer, Japan. Japan
Best
has
whiskey,
a lot of the
Japan.
best. Japan's just a really, really great place.
Overall, it's like up there. It's like
Yeah.
overall, everything's like 9 out of 10.
Yeah. So yeah, if you watched all of our lists, our bests and favorites and stuff from East Asia and Southeast Asia, basically go to Japan and go to Taiwan. You will not be disappointed. You'll have an amazing time. It's just, those places are fantastic.